Yo, what is good YouTube? Matty Dubs here, back with another video, guys. We have some more breaking news, notes, highlights, observations from another day here in Cleveland for Browns training camp. Now, they are coming off game one, the Hall of Fame game, where they did win that one. So it was a little bit of a slow practice. It's going to be a short video for you guys. Not too much to talk about, but I will talk about some of the things that happened in this last practice. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. However, before we get into the video, make sure you guys do me a huge favor. Hit that like button just so we can get this video to more Browns fans around the world. But also subscribe to the channel if you're new. I will be covering the entirety of the offseason, free agency, training camp, preseason, regular season, trades, anything you can think of. I've got you guys covered, so make sure you guys turn on post notifications so you're notified every time we post a video. But also, I will be live streaming some Browns games throughout the season, and we actually live streamed the Hall of Fame game. So if you guys want to watch some more Browns games with me throughout the season, make sure you guys join the family. But without any further ado, let's jump into the video. And firstly, let's talk about the injury updates. Some guys have been out of practice. Jordan Akins has returned to practice. He is back. As you see, Elijah Moore getting, just bombarded with all his teammates after a big-time catch there. So that's something you like to see. But then Greg Newsome, Harrison Bryant, Alex Wright, Isaiah Thomas, Maurice Hurst, Taki, Anthony Walker, Myles Garrett, Nick Chubb, and David Njoku all had days off. So, like I said, a very short practice, nothing crazy, which is why it's going to be a pretty short video for you guys. And another thing I want to tell or say to you guys is we can still tell who the top receiver on this team is. Right there, Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper is still the top guy. I mean, he's getting so many different looks from Deshaun Watson, so many different balls. I mean, so many routes. You can tell he's still the wide receiver one. But don't let that confuse you. Elijah Moore is right there, man. He looks amazing so far in camp, as we saw that catch earlier, where his teammates were bombarding him. I mean, Elijah Moore looks like he could be the real deal for this team going into next season. And then Austin Watkins is another guy I want to bring up. He did catch a touchdown during the Hall of Fame game, but he has been, looking very good as well so far in camp. I mean, he making some great adjustments throughout camp, making some great plays as a guy who they brought in pretty late, but is still, making an impact on this team. And then Anthony Schwartz, man. I am an Auburn fan, so this kind of hurts a little bit, but Anthony Schwartz looks like he could be getting cut relatively soon. Throughout all of his career so far, hasn't been anything spectacular, as I think he was a second round, maybe a third round pick here for the Cleveland Browns. Hasn't done anything with it, but the man has, speed that is, unlike anyone else. I mean, the speed is off the charts, so, you would expect him to be insanely talented, but so far just has not been great. And then he gets an opportunity during the Hall of Fame game to play almost all four quarters, and, when the first time he touched the ball, it's a fumble. So, Anthony Schwartz is definitely a cut candidate at this point. I think his speed allows him to, be a guy who another team could be looking at, but, right now for the Browns, it doesn't look like Anthony Schwartz will be here too much longer unless he, really gets going here relatively shortly. But, another practice and another drop for Anthony Schwartz today. So he's got a lot. He's got a lot of work to do, if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. What else did I have written down here? Cameron Mitchell was a little bit injured going into practice, but he seemed to be okay. I think he was just wrapping up his fingers or something like that. But overall, a pretty good day here for the Cleveland Browns. Like I said, nothing too crazy happened. It was a short intermediate practice, but look for things to ramp back up here over the next few days. I think they might have a joint practice scheduled for this week. I'm not too sure, though. Let me know in the comment section down below. Hit the like button. Crazy catch there by Elijah Moore. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Join the family. Turn on post notifications so you're notified every time we go live for a game, every time we post a video. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Today's video is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy, and if you love playing fantasy sports like football, basketball, baseball, and so many other sports, but also love being able to win money, you're going to want to stick around for this whole segment. Introducing Underdog Fantasy, the ultimate platform for fantasy sports lovers. Do you want to experience the thrill of drafting your team and competing for huge prizes? Well, look no further. With Underdog Fantasy, you get access to a wide range of fantasy sports, including football, basketball, baseball, and so much more. But here's what makes Underdog Fantasy stand out from all of those other apps. They've got quick and user-friendly drafting process, a unique and exciting game formats, fair and competitive contests for all skill levels, and attractive bonuses and promotions. Not only can you draft teams and compete with others, but you can also play a game of higher and lower, which is personally my favorite thing to do on there, but you can potentially win 20 times the money you put down. And if you use code MattyDubs when you sign up, Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. And what that means is basically when you deposit, let's say $100, they'll give you a free $100 to use and play with. Click the link in the description to get started, or head to the website right now to start dominating the fantasy world. And don't miss out on all the fun. Be a part of the Underdog community starting now. And don't forget, if you use code MattyDubs, they'll match your first deposit up to $100. Let's get started. Get into drafts with me starting today.